Nonstop and Commuter.
Alright, everybody, today's episode is going to be a little bit different. Or episode review is going to be different. It's going to be 2 reviews. Oh, how lucky are you? You get to hear 2 reviews in one video. I'm just joking. I don't have that big of an ego. It's just a simple review. I'm going to be speaking very quickly about these 2 movies because they're the same freaking movie almost. One came out in 2014, the other one 2018. Both star Liam Neeson, both same director. One of them has like the same writer as the other one. Like 3 people wrote this one, but one of them wrote this one as well. Same freaking movie. So let's go over them both. What's the story behind both of them? Well, and the reason why I'm going over these 2 movies is because this is Neeson month. And we're going over Liam Neeson movies. So you get 2 for 1. They both tell the story about a guy from Northern Ireland or somewhere in Ireland coming to America. And they're both former cops. And they both have a job that requires them to take some sort of mode of transportation for that job. Whether it's being an air marshal person or someone who just has to take the train to work every single freaking day. That's what the beginning of this movie establishes, that he has to take this train to work every single day for over a year. He's been working this job for 10 years as a life insurance salesman, air marshal. So different jobs, but same freaking person. Like this movie, I swear to God, Commuter. I feel like this was written as a sequel to Nonstop, but they thought that would be ridiculous if the same thing almost was happening to the same person. What are the odds? So they rewrote it or just renamed it and renamed the character. That's all they did. But it's the same director, same writer, basically. But let me talk about this cover very quickly. Alright, Commuter. Let's talk about it. So misleading. Like, I watched it 2 days ago, maybe yesterday. I'm not reviewing this right afterwards. I should do that. I'm lazy. Procrastinating as always. But he's holding a gun. And I don't think he shoots anybody in this movie. He's just a regular guy. He doesn't own a gun. He's not a hitman. He's just a life insurance salesman. But he gets fired at the beginning. You know, he's getting framed. Oh, yeah. In both movies, let me further compare the 2. Okay, so in both movies, let me get this other cover. In both movies, like I said, both Irish people from Ireland, now they're citizens. They're both former cops, working new jobs that require the main modes of transportation, train, plane. And in both movies, they get contacted, whether it's face-to-face or cell phone, by a mysterious person who has a mysterious task for them to do. If they don't do it, people will die. You know, if this guy doesn't find somebody, people could die because of his consequences. If this guy doesn't find this person in time or give him money, people will die. Same shit, alright? But here's another little thing I saw that was a great comparison. In both movies, at some point, Liam Neeson has to take a bunch of people and put them in the back of the plane or back of the train to make it easier to find out who this person might be. And yeah, that's it. So yeah, there's lots of comparisons to be made. Now, let me talk about this cover again. All right, let's go to the back. I'm not sure if you can see this because it's just going to get black if I hold it up close because all the lights this way. My lights went out in my room, so now it's even darker in here. But on the back, if you see it, Liam Neeson's on top of the train shooting at God knows who. I don't know. The photographer over there? I don't know. But that's never in this movie. He's never shooting anybody. And it says in this action-packed thriller, there's no action, really. There's a couple of fist fight scenes, and then he throws a guy out the window. But Liam Neeson doesn't shoot anybody in this movie. Nobody. He throws a guy out the window, and that's it. That's the only person he's responsible for killing. And I like how they put the main 2 bad guys in the back of the movie poster right here. You see Farrah Farmiga and Patrick Wilson. I found that to be interesting about this movie is that, you know, what are they, the Warrens from the Conjuring movies? I like how both of those actors in that movie, so it makes sense. I think they have like a contract or something. Are they making movies together no matter what it is? I mean, she wasn't an Aquaman, but Farrah Farmiga, yeah, whatever. But that's the negative about this movie. I guess I'll go into the movie. So in the Commuter, I mean, it's just the guy. It's nowhere near as thrilling as Nonstop, but it's basically him. He's got to find this person. Why? Well, we find out he has to find this person and kill them, otherwise his family will die. But then you find out that they never actually had his family, so therefore, yeah, whatever. It's just stupid. I didn't like the movie. It was just average at best. Commuter was alright, but it was just a repeat copy of Nonstop, which is much better. Alright, the action is barely there in the Commuter. There's barely action. Like I say, he doesn't shoot anybody, Liam Neeson. Doesn't shoot anybody. He fights a couple of people, And I like that he was actually getting his ass kicked at some moments. He wasn't like John Wick. He wasn't unstoppable. So I like the realism there. Because he's like 60 years old. And he says that in this movie. He's like, I'm 60 years old. And, it's like, yeah. So there's no way you'd be kicking anybody's ass. So, but he does put up a good fight. But, there's not that many red herrings in this movie. There's probably like 4 or 5. Just like a nonstop. Like, there's another comparison. In both these movies, he has like 4 or 5 people to pick from. Like, is this person it? Is this person it? But Nonstop does it better. Yeah, Nonstop, not Commuter. See, I'm mixing these movies up. I'm like, wait, is that the title of the one I want to say? Yeah, so I'm confusing them both. Plane, Train, so similar. Jeez. They should have just called this one Nonstop 2, The Commuter. But whatever. Well, yeah, that's all. There's nothing to say about Commuter. There's really nothing. There's not much meat to the story to grab onto. There's nothing really I can talk about. It's just, it was very average. The mystery wasn't as grabbing. It didn't make me. I wasn't really invested. I was just kind of like, all right, who's the witness that he has to kill? And it's like they set up these like antagonist people because apparently this main antagonist, Farrah Farmiga, what she's capable of doing, all the things she can see. It just makes it to where it's like, why even put Liam Neeson in this position to kill this person for you when it seems like you're doing very fine yourself? This witness witnessed this organization, who we don't know who they are, kill and throw this guy off a balcony or something, and that's who this witness is that they want to kill. It's like, why don't you just kill her yourself? Seems like you guys are very resourceful. You guys are pretty smart. They somehow know the cell phone number of this random passenger. That's how they can contact Liam Neeson in this movie. They just know the number of this guy. Doesn't explain that at all. Doesn't explain how they know that Liam Neeson wrote this special note to this commuter on the train. He leaves the train with a note from Liam Neeson that says, call the police. And as soon as he leaves the train, they push him into traffic because they got people and eyes everywhere. And it's like, how? Why do you even need Liam? Seems like you have everything covered. You're smart enough. Go hire somebody else to kill this bitch. Why do you need him? It just made no sense. The movie was dumb. There wasn't that much action. So therefore, when it comes to Commuter, if you want to see a better version of this movie, go see Nonstop. Otherwise, yeah, don't watch this movie. It's just wasted time. I like Liam Neeson in this movie. It's okay. The action. The shots in the beginning. I mean, there's some interesting shots in the beginning. I mean, the beginning sets up a promising film, but then as the film goes on, you're like not really invested in what's going on. There's not any action. There's nothing to grab onto. There's no really likable characters at all. Liam Neeson's just an average guy. He just wants to do this job for money, but doesn't know what it is. Just like, oh, I'll take $25,000, and now he gets sucked into the situation. It's just not thrilling at all, really. There's nothing here. So let's talk about a better movie. Much better. This movie is gripping, and you are so like intrigued by what's going on. Like, whoa, how is this happening? You're on a freaking small-ass plane. Sure, it's a bigger plane than most planes because it's international. It's going to Britain. They're over the Atlantic Ocean. There is no going back or to the next place. There's hours in between. They're right in the middle of their long-ass flight, so they're screwed on this plane. There's like over like 150 or something. What is it? The person wants $150 million, or every 20 minutes someone will die. And you don't know who it is, how many people are involved. There's another comparison to these movies. Just like in both of these movies, there's 2 main bad guys. So yeah. And just like in this movie, he is an Irish person. I already did my comparisons. Alright, but yeah. We got Julianne Moore in this movie. Same director, same writer. I always said all that. I'm just becoming redundant at this point. People are clicking away already like, this guy does not know how to review movies. Well, I've never done this before. I've never done 2 movie reviews in one video. I guess I'm just getting lazy. But yeah, this movie, awesome. The movie just keeps you invested the whole time. The thrills are there. People are dying. People are just like getting poisoned. They're just like choking on their vomit. There's blood. I mean, I don't think there's much blood in this movie. But there's just like foam coming out of their mouth. Like, how did that happen? And once everything's revealed, the motivation's meh. It's kind of like one guy wants money, and the other guy just wants revenge. This guy went to Iraq after 9/11. His dad died. What Liam Neeson has to do with this guy's story is not explained, because it establishes in this movie that Liam Neeson became an air marshal in like 2003. Were there air marshals around 9/11. I feel like that was a thing created. I'm not a plane person. I don't know much about TSA shit. All that shit started after 9/11, right? How long? I could just research this and then tell you in this review, but I'm not going to do it. I'm lazy. You tell me. When did air marshals become a thing? Was that always a thing, or was that after 9/11? But he was an air marshal in 2003. The bad guy's dad, his dad died in like 9/11, so therefore, that's his motive. Like, air marshals didn't do a good job in 2001. He blames them. I don't know. It was a weird motive. That's the only negative, really. It's like, the motive could have been better. Why Liam Neeson? What did Liam Neeson do to piss you off? You know, it's like, but I like Liam Neeson's line in this movie when he gets that, that Billy and Stu, like, it reminds me of Scream 1, when you got the two bad guys, like, oh, there's two, and they're, like, spending a couple of minutes, like, explaining their motive, and it just reminded me of that. It's like, really, just pull the trigger. He doesn't need to know your motive. But I like Liam Neeson's line when he goes, you could have just handed out pamphlets, and it could have been easier than setting up this elaborate shit just to send a message. I thought that was a funny line. There are some good humor. There's some good humor in this movie. Some of it's over the top, like the chick that likes to bang older guys. Like, there's a chick in this movie, like, on top of this guy making out in the middle of this plane. She's like, while everyone's trying to rest, she's giggling, like, making out with this guy, kicking the seat, Liam's seat. I thought that was a little ridiculous. But yeah, and then there's, like, this German kid who's, like, filming everything the entire movie. Once Liam Neeson becomes unhinged, he's trying to, like, figure out who the bad guy is. He's, like, filming everything the entire time for, like, an hour and a half, and his phone's not dying. When Liam Neeson grabs it towards the end to find out who the main bad guy is. It's like, his phone would be dead. iPhones, if you're recording shit for an hour and a half, it's gonna die. I don't have any negatives to say about Nonstop, as I did with Commuter, because Commuter was not that good. This movie, to me, the thrills are there. This is supposed to be a thriller, like Commuter acts like it's supposed to be. This is a thriller. This is an awesome, make you keep guessing type of movie. So when it comes to Nonstop, this movie is not only my favorite Liam Neeson movie, but it's one of my favorite thrillers out there. This is a thriller masterpiece. That's right, another masterpiece rating. I don't give these out too often, but this movie is not trying to be anything else. It's trying to be a thriller mystery, and the mystery aspect is done correct. It gives you red herrings everywhere. You don't know who it is, and the thrills are there. Like, it's awesome. It's gripping. As soon as we're on the plane, like 10 minutes into the movie, the rest of the movie is just awesome, and you just never want to look away. That's why this movie is a thriller masterpiece, in my opinion. Oh man, there's this little girl in this movie too. She's like afraid to get on the plane, but then Liam Neeson, like, gets her onto the plane. He gives her like a teddy bear or something, and she's like the only one who almost gets like sucked out of the plane towards the end when the plane's crashing, and like the side of the plane like disappears, like Final Destination, and her seat's like getting sucked out the window. That little girl is never flying again. Oh shit! Like, could you imagine? She was the only one scared to get on that plane. She was the only one that almost got sucked out of the plane. That was just, I felt for that girl in that moment. Oh man. But those are my thoughts on the Commuter and Nonstop. Have you seen these Liam Neeson movies? Which one's better? Nonstop or Commuter? Same movie. One's better, one's not. In my opinion, of course. I have to keep stressing that because some people don't get it. They think that my opinions are facts and these reviews are facts. What I say has to be the truth. No, it's not. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this. If you enjoyed it all, you can hit this like button over here, and you can subscribe by clicking on my cartoon face in about 5 seconds to see more. And until next time, auf Wiedersehen.